and they go on a 10-play drive, and they get in the end zone with Jalen Hurts making a couple of really good throws to his tight end.
Welcome back to the Pod and the Hockey post-game show. It is time for our Jeff D'Ambrosio Auto Group drive of the game. GoJeffAuto.com. This game, not so easy to pick out one drive in particular that was stand out for being good. Mike Misnelli, you look like you want to go first.
I always look at a drive that gets them out of harm's way. It happens almost like every week. So I look at the drive when the Titans got it to 21-17. It was like, okay, now it's real time. And they go on a 10-play drive, and they get in the end zone with Jalen Hurts making a couple of really good throws to his tight end, and then Miles Sanders taking it in. So that's going to be my drive of the game right there. He hit Goddard early in that drive, it was kind of in the middle of the drive, for a 17-yard pass, and he came right back to him for another 10-yard or 2 consecutive plays, which I thought was a really important drive.
Deegan?
My drive of the game, I'm going to go with the defense aiding the offense in the drive. Game's tied at 14. C.J. Gardner-Johnson makes the pick. 3 plays later, Jalen Hurts hits A.J. Brown wide open on the crossing route for the touchdown. 21-14 at that point. From there, it's all academic. So I'm going to say the offensive drive, aided by defensive takeaway once again, was my drive of the game.
Loved that pick. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's quickly becoming my favorite defensive player for the Eagles. I also love when the offense is able to capitalize on a pick like that. Seth Joyner, what about you?
Listen, I think that this was a game that the Philadelphia Eagles were supposed to win. They were destined to win, and I think we all knew they were going to win. I tell you, the answer after Houston took the ball and went down the field, 9 plays, 75 yards, and scored a touchdown right out the gate. The answer by the Philadelphia Eagles, 18 plays, 91 yards, ending with a 2-yard touchdown run by Miles Sanders. 8 runs, 10 passes. That was pretty darn impressive to me to answer right back out of the gate, but it's also a glimpse of how efficient this football team on offense can really be when they really want to dig in and get it done. If they can have that kind of balance of run to pass by Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni, there isn't a defense in this league that can stop them when they need to score points on the board. 18 yards is impressive. 18 plays is an impressive drive.
Yeah, there were a few impressive moments from the Eagles offense in particular this game, and what a unique feeling is Philly's also just lost 3-2 to the Astros. Throughout both of these games, I would find myself turning to the Eagles to be like, oh, this is a safe game to watch. Like, if I'm too stressed watching the Phillies, the Eagles are my safe option, which, again, I still can't believe that this team is 8-0, trying to focus on the positive here and not the other sports happening in Philadelphia at the moment. But, guys, I don't know. I feel like for the past recent years, maybe since the Super Bowl era, I've been watching the Eagles kind of like through my hands, and it's strange. It's a strange phenomenon to watch the offense and be like, oh, this is actually okay to watch.
I'm so comfortable watching this team now.
Right.
It's like we've been conditioned to think that nothing can go wrong for this team. I've really never seen anything like it and a lot of it has to do with the competition. I get it, but they just seem to blend and have all the answers for whatever comes up. And I haven't had that feeling in a really long time about a team.
Here's what I'll say. Sit back and enjoy the moment.
Right.
Because they're 8-0. It's not flawless, but they get the end results when they need the necessary end result. I'd rather have that than to see teams that we consider very good teams like the Buffaloes, the Kansas Cities, who have their flawed moments and end up with an L instead of a W. So until further notice, I'm going to enjoy watching these Eagles perform because I think they've spoiled us in some ways too. They drive you nuts at certain points of the game, but all of a sudden you just turn it back on and put the finishing touches on it. So I'm not gonna be duped by this team until they give me a reason to be duped. Every time you're sitting there going, what are you doing? It's like, oh, okay, I feel pretty good right now.
It's never, at no point in today's game did I think they were going to lose to the Texans.
Exactly.
I think it's, you're in a good spot when you're frustrated that the opposing team put up 14 points,
Yes.
which really, and they were tied, not even losing at the half.
But see, Devin, I have a question for you now.
Yes.
Are you okay? Because see, people don't know. When you watch baseball games with Devin, she basically has a paper bag breathing in a paper bag. I'm being facetious, but to watch her watch a baseball game is quite entertaining because she's so intense.
Well, I got to be honest, it was stressful for all of us tonight.
Yeah.
And what we're talking about. See, I think that now that you can watch this show in a couple of ways. You can watch it live, and you can watch it streaming. Tomorrow or I don't think there were a lot of people watching us live as we started this show because the Phillies were in a death match with the Houston Astros and they just lost 3-2. So
what a catch by McCormick!
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
it's a tough loss for them. So the people, I'm assuming a lot of people will join us live. And if you're listening like on a Monday, we're doing it live, and the Phillies were behind us. There was a collective groan.
Yeah.
That as we were trying to do this whole debate in the collective groan, what was a ground ball final out, and the Phillies lost it 3-2 tonight in a really exciting finish. It looked like they were dead in the water at 3-0, and they got back to 3-2. They had runners on first and third in the 8th inning. They had Harper up in the 9th. They hit him with a pitch, and Castellanos gave him a good battle, but grounded out to lose.
Hey, that's the breaks in baseball. You're talking about one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball with the Houston Astros. They find a ways to get out. They came in here the last 2 games. I know we're talking football, but I got to talk a little baseball right now.
Talk baseball.
They came in here after giving up that first game 7-0, and they held this Philly powerful offensive arsenal to 2 runs over the next 18 innings of baseball.
Yeah.
That tells you just how good that pitching staff is.
We might have to settle for 1 parade this year instead of 2.
Yeah.
Because, well,
what about the union? Won't you go to a union parade?
All right, a parade and a half.
Okay, parade and a half.
You know what, guys, it has been a wild ride. All I have to say is my favorite moment watching both these games, because we, of course, watch every Eagles game together, is I didn't even realize it. I'm sitting there stressed, and I think it was through towards the end of the second quarter, all of a sudden D-Gun's like, is Devin okay?
She hadn't said a word in a half hour.
I hadn't said anything for so long. I was just sitting there in the corner stressing out.
Listen, it's
baseball, man.
I'm trying to figure out, the mindset here. Yeah, we're down 3-2. We got to go back to Houston for 2 more games. You guys kind of make it seem like it's a done deal, like it's all over. Okay? If Houston can come here and win 2 games, what is it that makes you believe that the Phillies can't go there and take 2 games in a row?
It's true, but I will counter with this. Do you realize who's pitching on Saturday for Houston?
I don't care.
I do. I do.
Listen,
I don't care.
There are all these metrics, and if you lose this game, you get down 3-2, you're probably going to lose the series. So you have to go back to the other team's park. I get it. You can still win 2 there.
Sure,
but the Phillies pitching right now, I think, is a little more on fumes than Houston's pitching would be.
Well,
in their home park.
we just don't have. We don't have enough starting pitchers.
Right.
We're really
especially if your 2 aces haven't delivered.
Well,
that's the thing.
That's part of it.
In 3 outings.
But when you're stressed to the point where you only have 2 aces, that's problematic. So there are maybe 2 more aces away from. I mean, you really need 4 guys in your starting rotation to make it make sense. Anytime when you get to the 4th game in a 7-game series back to back, and you got to go to the bullpen, for your 4th game every single time, that tells you that you're a guy short. There's a problem.
I tell you, they manage. We're talking Phillies here. I'm sorry. And so we beg your indulgence.
You know what?
But I got to say,
hey, listen, we got 9 more weeks to talk Eagles. Let's just transition over to the.
Should we talk Sixers, Flyers, and Union as well?
Absolutely do not need to talk about the Sixers.
No?
But we can talk more baseball, more Eagles, more whatever else you want coming up after this break.
Oh,
but
man.
Yeah, I love that the 4 of us just had to process the Phillies lost on live TV streaming. New experience, but much more to unpack for all Philly teams.
Devin needs to unwind.
I need to go. Yeah, I need to go take a lap.
Decompress.
Decompress.
She's going to have a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, you know what? I will, Seth. I am going to have another one.
Hey, bring
my
us some, too,
fourth
would
of
you,
the
please?
night. I will. All right, stick around because the post-game show is coming up after this
It's a
break.
fall car fest, and Jeff D'Ambrosio, Destination Downingtown, says yes, you can. Jeff says yes, you can choose from over 1,000 vehicles in stock with no wait. Yes, you can still get low prices, leases, and big discounts. Yes, you can still get low interest financing. And Jeff always says yes, you can have a real deal buying experience without the hassle. When the other dealers say no, you can't, Jeff says yes, you can. Jeff D'Ambrosio, Destination Downingtown. Nobody treats you better. Jeep Adventure Days.